the problems with Germany. Germany had actually, like I say, they had owed they had promised absolute allegiance to me basically, and we had been building like crazy. Like I said, we developed powdered eggs, we developed powdered milk, we developed the Germans and we developed the cannons, we developed everything. We were really good scientists. They were really good scientists. At least the Germany that I knew, which was probably before Adolf Hitler came to power. The Germany I knew was basically the Germany that originally my time with Germany was basically Germany's initial rise to power. You know, when they were coming up. I spent like 150 years or something doing all these big tunnels and stuff and getting all this mineral stuff and inventing a bunch of stuff. And basically Germany rose up to power quite a bit. And then that's when, about there, when Germany first came up, then I separate from Germany and I go off to go do some other project. Somebody else wanted me to go take part in another project, so I went off to go do that. And we were building somewhere else. And I was saying, okay, like that, yeah, like that, and then that, and then basically saying, okay, yeah, we'll do this kind of a mine. And we were discussing the different water systems and everything else like that, because we were doing the same kind of thing. Because I had done this huge, like 250,000 mile long, no, it was 180 mile long, 80,000 mile long. I don't know. It's a long one. It was like, maybe it was only 10,000, because there was a 10,000 foot section, and then it went down, and then it went into another thing, and then there was still the mountain, but we hadn't done that yet. We tunneled through a mountain, basically, later on. Because we're like, why go up and over? We can just go right through. So we're like, well, let's go right through it. See what's down there. So we came down from this really high peak, basically. It goes down, 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 down. And then there's like this little like mountain or hill. And we went right through it. We were down there like, the tunnel's down there like 1,000 feet or 2,000 feet or 1,500 feet. And instead of doing the normal up and then down, we just went right through. And I think they found something like copper or something down in there, you know, this big copper vein or some stuff. And they're like, ooh, and they were just chasing it. Because they found a couple different veins. So they're like, oh, well, let's go and chase it. So they chased it. So the tunnel goes down there, then you can see all these little side passages where they mined into there to get the good stuff out. But then they had to re-brick it up and close it off for the water system to go through. But basically, like all the rainwater from the mountain goes into this pool, and then it goes down into there. It goes down into the thing, and it goes through the system. Anyway, I put all this money into Germany. In Germany, I believe it was kind of like, you know, it didn't have a lot of water, like that huge. This was back when it was just farmland and grass. There was no cities there. There was nothing there. It was just like, it was all just empty, you know, brand new space basically. So I was doing that great big system, and they hit all this gold and all this minerals and all this other stuff. Anyway, so Germany comes to power basically, and then I go off to do another city. And they're like, will your team come and look at our city and see what you can do over here? And so my team goes, and then I go and I take a look at it, and it's like, okay, well, all right, well, I guess we can do this and we can do that. You know, it's just the same thing as what's underneath Germany basically, and then, you know. Anyway, though, you know, it's where I got all the metal for the Titanic and stuff. Anyway, it's a long time ago, and you know, it's before, but basically, and we built this whole big thing so Germany would be fine. And I guess maybe Hitler just felt like he had too much power or something. I don't really know, to tell you the truth, because I owned all of Germany. And then, like I said, I guess Hitler comes to power or whatever. And then what he does is they start locking up the Jewish people or certain people, you know, or people if they can't pay their money or something like that, they just lock them up and put them in jail. I'm like, that's not right. What the hell, you know? And then like I say, I start, you know, later on I'm like trying to see what the hell is going on in there, and there's like pictures of, you know, smuggled out pictures of people starving and stuff, and it's like, all right, that's it. So anyway, this I guess is where Germany peters off and starts to go down again, and then I guess we invade or something. Like, I don't really know exactly, to tell you the truth, because I mean people say I lost, but it's like, Well, Hitler was a psychotic freak or something, but then there's a lot of things that happened, like 1940s and 1950s. People were running around Hawaii shooting people. You know, they would just move right into a house and just, you know, shoot you. You know, and then move right in and be like, ah, yeah, ah, smells good. Hey, babe, take off your shirt. I want to put some cocaine on your breasts. You know, and then like, you know, and that's going on in Hawaii and stuff. You know, and just like absolute just psychotic behavior and stuff. Like like I built a whole bunch of houses, a whole bunch of speculations houses in Hawaii, and then like, you know, I think it was Nixon or somebody goes over there and they start shooting up the place. Or there's a couple different people that go around. They're like, yes, I'm a U.S. general. Yeah, and they have a 4-star hat, and they just go around shooting people and stuff. Yeah, all this happens, and it's a bloodbath and pretty bad. Germany tries to kind of clean it up as much as they can. You know, it's just like a bunch of people wearing uniforms shooting each other. So, you know, whatever. I'm like, I know what happened, or what, you know, basically, you know, people just like, you know, they have an M60 and they're like, yeah, you're just shooting. And, you know, unless you got like 8,000 people, you know, it's pretty much pandemonium. You know, just like, you know, 5,000 people wandering around killing people. So, you know, I don't know. I invented guns, I invented battleships, and I owned a few. So, protect the peace, all that stuff. And I invented flight and aircraft. So, I don't really know. I guess I don't really care anymore. I mean, it's just like, well, pretty sure I won, but people are like, we won. It's like, I don't think so. Because I lived.